Hello and welcome to Pilbology. This is a beginner's level tutorial that can be found in the beginners section of the YouTube channel. And today's tutorial is going to be talking very briefly about comparatives. Okay, what is a comparative? A comparative, as you can see over here, it's a form of adjective. Okay, so these are all adjectives. So groß, big, wenig, few, früh, early, oft, often, gesund, healthy, viel, lots, gut, good. So I could say, ich bin gut, ich bin groß, ich bin gesund. Okay, so all of these are adjectives or describing words. Now, the way that we use them as comparatives is, for example, I would say, and let's use our first one as our example. Ich bin groß, aber du bist größer. Okay, now let's get something straight from the start. The word als in German, als means than in this case, okay? Du bist größer als. Now a lot of people then say, because in English we would say, you are bigger than me, or taller than me. They're quite tempted to write mich, because mich is me. But actually what we mean to say in English is you are taller than I am. So maybe quite a high register, quite a posh way of saying it would be du bist größer, you're taller than I, which is absolutely correct. And in German that is how we do it. In English we're very lazy. Du bist größer als ich. Okay, now the thing to notice here about the größer is it's an ER ending. It follows the English pattern. Alright, so groß means big, größer means bigger. Now you've noticed that I've added an umlaut here. With most adjectives that I can think of off the top of my head that have vowels in them, these will change to having an umlaut over the top of them. Okay, another example would be with oft here, in which case, let's just enlarge on that again. Enlarge that, sorry. And what I want is to move this and this. Okay, so oft I would like du kommst, öfter, and then als ich, you come more often than I do. So in English we would say more often in this case. Sometimes you hear young children sticking an ER anywhere and saying oftener. Okay, but we just follow the same pattern in German, which is much easier, of just sticking an ER on the end. And as you can see, the O took the umlaut. An E in German doesn't have an umlaut over it. Now, if you wanted to say a lesser in English, like he's the lesser person, this is not the word that you would use. You would want to say that he, for example, he should smoke less, which actually means he should smoke fewer cigarettes. Okay, not less cigarettes. He should smoke less cigarettes. He should smoke fewer. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to have to write it down here. Oops. So, for example, soll weniger rauchen. He should smoke less. Right. Okay. So let's look at let's look at gesund, because this is a prime opportunity to do so. So let's put those out of the way over there for a second. Gesund, not gesund, gesund. I'd like to always hear this as being pronounced more like a T, gesund. Remember, this is a Z sound, gesund. Gesund, it means healthy. So I would probably write Sie ist gesund. Perfect. Perfectly good sentence. She is healthy. But she is healthier. Sie ist gesunder als ich. Now remember that we don't need the als ich. If I wanted to say she's healthier than I am, or she's healthier than me, sie ist gesunder als ich. Als. Interestingly, I say interestingly, whilst we're on the topic of als, this beautiful little word here, which in this case is the word that means than, the pronunciation in English is like that, als. Als. Not as, because the L sound gets lost. Als. Als ich jung war. When I was young. Als ich jung war. I often hear that from elderly German ladies, men. Als ich jung war. When I was a lad. Okay, so let's shrink you down again and move you over there. Because the other ones that I want to look at are these two cheeky little things. Viel and gut. Now, in English, these would mean lots and good. But if I've got lots, I can always want more. And if I'm good, I can always get, that's right, you got it, better. Okay, so in this case, what we're looking for is mehr, which is very close to the pronunciation of more, but more of the air, as in the air that you breathe, mehr. And gut becomes from when the T and the S in Anglo-Saxon split with the S sound and the T, like in Wasser and water. And this becomes besser. So, if I want to say you are better than I am, or you are better than me, du bist besser als ich. If I want more potatoes, ich möchte mehr Kartoffeln, bitte. Now, one quite important distinction here to make here is that when you're using the word viel literally means lots. Okay. So, an example. There is lots to do. Es gibt, which means there is or there are. Viel, zu, tun, do. Alright? Es gibt, there is, lots to do, viel zu tun. Or, ich habe viel zu tun. The pronunciation is very similar to the English feel. I feel angry, I feel happy. Viel zu tun. But if you want to say I've got lots of potatoes, we would stick with this ich habe, and we would stick with the viel and add Kartoffeln mit Doppel-F. But there's something missing here. This is plural. Alright? Now because it's plural, we know that because Kartoffel in German is potato. Okay? Die Kartoffel. And a feminine ending, the N, means it's plural. Now if it's plural, I can't just say viel. I need to add an I. Okay? Ich habe viele Kartoffeln. Ich habe viele Kinder. I have lots of children. Which is not true. So, now, let's just go back, just for a quick overview. Is that when you're doing a comparative, generally you're going to have this ER ending, or you're going to have this ER ending. And sometimes if there is a word where there is a vowel that does not have an umlaut, it would then take the umlaut. Okay, as we saw with the examples of oft, which became öfter. Okay, so we have this ER ending, and let's just do one more example, and this is going to show you why it's important. In English, we sometimes say more important, and often what I see in German is mehr wichtig. Okay, that does not fly in German, right? That just simply doesn't work. We can't do that. It's great that you know the word mehr, and it's great that you know the word wichtig, but now that you've seen this video, you will know, and you'll never make the mistake ever again, wichtig, wichtig just simply takes that ER ending. So if I want to say, you are more important than I am, or you are more important than me, du bist wichtiger als ich. Ich bin wichtiger als du, ist wichtiger als sie. Remember that it stays in the nominative case, okay? So we're saying he is more important than I, or she is more important than I. Okay, so those rules are very important for the use of the comparatives. Once you've got them down, bang, you're never going to make the mistake ever again. This ER ending is always going to be there. Don't forget, it's not the English more important, it's the wichtiger. All right? This absolutely does not work. Okay, so hope that was helpful. If you like the video, then like it. Don't forget to leave comments, or if you have any other questions, then I'm happy to address them. And if you find the videos helpful and the tutorials helpful, then don't forget to subscribe. Tschüss!